The annual prediction for the Pisces zodiac sign sheds light on the news coming with the new year. In this overview, we will discuss the facts about this sign and how this year will mark your present and future development. Jupiter, as the secondary ruler of the zodiac sign of Pisces, moves through the sign of Aries during this year. Later, it moves through Taurus in retrograde motion. Neptune has been stored in the Pisces sign for a long time. In the same way, Neptune works in Pisces throughout this year. Astrology considers water to be the ruling element of each Pisces. It is an element of constant movement. Pisces share the water element with the other two signs of the zodiac. Therefore, the water signs are not only Pisces, but also the zodiac signs Cancer and Scorpio. Although these three signs share a common element, the annual prediction will be different for all three signs. Thanks to the typical element of Pisces, this sign is said to be too emotional. However, Pisces can cope with suffering or sadness more easily than other signs of the zodiac. Often, Pisces is the sign that others look to for advice, help, and support. In addition, Pisces can often help others with solving emotional problems. It is because water makes the water sign Pisces a counselor and therapist. Forecast says that this element will be important for the whole year. It gives you opportunities to express yourself creatively. In addition, with the favorable astrological aspects of this year, it gives you a gift of talent that you can use to your advantage. The water element lends Pisces energy for the whole year. And especially in the second stage of the year and in its middle, when astrological aspects predict more challenging times for Pisces. Pisces season begins on February 18th. Even in this year, every Pisces celebrates its birthday. The season will end on March 20th. It is in the range of these dates that celebrate their birthdays. Whether you are a Pisces or you have a friend born under this sign, be sure to pay attention to this year's birthday. Moreover, the astrological aspects of this period seem to be extremely favorable. Most astrological energies affect the first and second houses in Pisces season. This means that Pisces is progressing faster. Also expect better conditions in finances and personal growth. Two planets are considered to be the ruler of the sign of Pisces. First of all, astrology talks about the planet Neptune. Neptune is considered by astrology to be the main ruler of Pisces. The planet Neptune is in astrology means by its vibrations on Pisces. It affects the desire for truth. And that's why Pisces hates lies. It is the planet of trust and faith. The emotional field of Neptune is very fragile. When Neptune has a vibrating effect on a certain sign of the zodiac, it can mean greater sensitivity. In this year, the horoscope says that Neptune will be placed in the first astrological house, in your zodiac sign. This makes it vibrate even more towards your sign. From this point of view, it is clear that Pisces will perceive their surroundings more sensitively in this year as well. Neptune, like the water element, supports the development of talent in Pisces. It is clear from this description that in this year you will realize what direction you should go. Mainly at work and in long-term goals. Your life mainly revolves around work in the beginning and at the end of this year. At that time, astrological aspects predict the greatest impact of cosmic energy on career advancement and decision-making. The secondary ruler of your sign is Jupiter. Jupiter is also the ruling planet of Sagittarius. Sometimes it can manifest itself favorably, sometimes maliciously. This planet is associated with success, with the abilities of your zodiac sign. Astrology considers Jupiter to be the planet of expectations and progression. For a planet that promotes positive circumstances. In this year, Jupiter moves from the sign of Aries to the sign of Taurus. So, it will pass through the second and third astrological houses of Pisces, either in a direct or later in a retrograde process. Learn more about how the secondary ruler of Pisces will affect your emotions, and in this case mainly finances, in the financial Pisces forecast for this year. Both Neptune and Jupiter are planets that in this year will influence the perception of oneself, as well as family and financial matters. Other planets, such as the placement of Mercury, Saturn, Venus, the Sun, or the lunar new moon or full moon, will also influence your year. Cosmic forces also influence the choice of how you make decisions in important life situations, and how you progress in the year. The Pisces love horoscope also speaks of the strongest compatibility in Pisces relationships. Several Pisces are thinking about how marriage, long-term relationships, or single Pisces relationships will develop. In this regard, the yearly Pisces forecast speaks of the strongest positive compatibility with the Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus zodiac signs. You achieve the strongest compatibility with the indicated signs for the entire year. For this year, the love forecast predicts the weakest compatibility in love with the Leo and Gemini. In addition, with the mentioned two signs of the zodiac, during negatively aspect astrological movements, arguments, misunderstandings or complications in the relationship await you. For example, in the second decade of August and the first part of September, the planet Mercury moves through the 7th house. In this case, it has a disruptive effect on every Pisces and their love relationships. And it will have the strongest impact on relationships with the Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The mentioned relationships can be disturbed, subverted. As for friendly or family relationships, you find the greatest support in 4 signs: Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, and another person born under the sign of Pisces. All these signs give you good advice and support. In complicated life moments, you will find the greatest support in the Scorpio sign. For Pisces, this is considered the most important sign for this period. Another Pisces, with whom you form a perfect duo, is also considered an important sign. Not only for friendly relations. The horoscope also predicts excellent family bonds in these connections, but also for work duties. Single Pisces can expect the most complicated relationships with the Gemini zodiac sign. If you start a relationship with this sign, it is very likely that you will have complicated moments in love. And especially if the relationship begins during the movement of retrograde Mercury or Venus. You can read more about when the movements of retrograde planets occur at the end of this part of the forecast. Aromatherapy also plays an important role in supporting the health and overall vitality of Pisces. In this year, you should have jasmine and orange oil available. These oils are associated with the aromatherapy of this year. From this point of view, they can support your health. They can cheer you up even if you lack energy. Or there are more responsibilities on your shoulders than you can handle. Prediction says that each of you should surround yourself with the color green. In addition, this color is connected to the heart chakra, which can be blocked in this year. Looking at the astrological chart for the Pisces sign, the fortune teller assesses that the heart chakra may be the most blocked in your life. It can be responsible for many psychological and physical pains. How to properly work with the heart chakra, how to unblock and heal it, is explored in the Pisces health forecast, in the final part of this big chart. The friendly Pisces in this year is connected to compassion and intuitive action. This is due to the placement of Neptune in your first astrological house. Placing your ruler in this house gives you immense wisdom, gentleness, and a very strong friendly aura. The placement of Neptune in the first astrological house has a direct effect on the Pisces personality. It indicates that your nature will be firm. However, you will also rely on spiritual foundations. Faith and trust have a strong place in your mind and soul throughout this time. However, beware of the negative side of this Neptune placement. You should keep your feet firmly on the ground throughout the year. With the correct perception of what is around you, a properly harmonized heart chakra helps Pisces. In terms of work responsibilities, you may lack specific goals. Therefore, in this regard, the annual prediction likes to use the retrograde movements of the planet Mercury to think about the future. Also, to evaluate past failures. In this year, Neptune predicts that you will seek the support of other people. Mars in the 5th house lends you a fighting nature, right from March 25th, and later at the end of this year. This nature of Mars supports every person under the sign of Pisces to direct their life correctly, so that he is not afraid to step forward for success. Negative energies affect Pisces this year. The negative side of this year can be mistrust of other people. Pisces generally have trouble keeping their feet firmly on the ground, realizing the value of the present moment. Even during this year, you can expect transits that will negatively affect your life, personal setting, and direction. Focus on the most important transits so that you can overcome them easily. In this section, the annual prediction will introduce you to the most important of them. Throughout the year, Pisces fears rejection. You prefer to rely on your faith. Last but not least, you can become a victim of self-deception or illusion. And above all, in personal relationships. Long-lasting relationships and marriage can be disrupted with the arrival of Mars in the 5th house. Mars lends a lot of strength, but on the other hand, it can vibrate negatively towards long-term goals. And especially in a personal relationship. From March 25th to May 20th, Pisces will spend a lot of time analyzing past relationships. The mentioned position of Mars requires a lot of energy from the side of Pisces, who now feel the instability in a personal relationship. In long-term relationships, Mars can block trust. In addition, it can cause feelings of jealousy. It lends the Pisces a slightly aggressive behavior. In this period, you may be prone to jealousy. Forecast advises not to blame your partner for things he didn't even do. If you want to be clear in life, you need to use the communication power of the planet Mercury located in the 2nd house of astrology. Mercury placed in this way gives Pisces the opportunity to communicate about problems in the relationship. Moreover, the placement of Mars predicts that you put more pressure on your children. You want to realize yourself through them. You use considerable force and intensity. Also, any means for building a successful life path for your children. Because of this, your children can feel a huge pressure on their person. In this way, your mutual relations can also deteriorate. You put a lot of energy into independence with Mars in the 5th house. In addition, Mars placed in this way can highlight wrong habits. Especially the habits of those of you who are prone to gambling or other bad habits regarding finances. Every Pisces should avoid gambling throughout this period, but especially from March to May. While Pisces is affected by negatively aspect Mercury, the movement of retrograde Mercury in the 3rd house also occurs. This phase of Mercury retrograde means focusing most of your energy on understanding the other. As these days are blocked by disturbing aspects, this endeavor is blocked by astrological transits. From March 25th to May 20th, when not only Mars is active, but later also retrograde Mercury, many Pisces have problems with their siblings. Arguments are coming. Problems regarding finances, inheritance, past unpleasant confrontations. The aforementioned astrological aspects disrupt the Pisces' mental expression. Under the influence of ongoing cosmic energies, you cannot achieve fluency in your communication. You are looking for words. You can't express yourself properly. You may be pushed into the background as you lack dominance. This is exactly how this year will manifest itself in a negative sense in the first period of the year, which is considered disruptive for Pisces. The Pisces forecast considers the location of Venus in retrograde motion in the 6th astrological house to be the next negative aspect. Venus will be in retrograde motion for a longer period from July 23rd to September 4th. From August until October, you also perceive Mercury located in the 7th house, also in a retrograde process. These two astrological aspects put enormous pressure on each of you. They mainly focus on your relationships, and last but not least, on health habits. Venus in the 6th house can harm health. Therefore, caution is essential. For example, when driving, but also during any other risky activity that can harm your health. The health forecast predicts that this year will enrich you with a lot of stress. The period of placement of Venus in the 6th house is coming, which is the most disruptive in this respect. This year, like to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Drive carefully. Because the horoscope for this period assesses that it is Venus placed in the 6th astrological house that may be responsible for certain accidents that await you in this year. Careful driving is required throughout the year. But pay extra attention to driving, especially from July 23rd to September 4th, says the astrological chart for this year. So, from July to October, energies are disturbed by several influences of retrograde planets. In addition, Mercury is also waiting for you in an unfavorable location. You try to analyze the past. You want to learn about what mistakes you have made in the past. Especially in a relationship. You see the world through other people's eyes, which is the positive side of this Mercury. However, you may experience frustration from family and career in a negative sense. If things do not go according to your expectations or dreams, these feelings can drive you into unpleasant thoughts, even depression. The fortune teller again recommends betting on aromatherapy. Prioritize jasmine and orange oil, which are the oils of this year. Place the oils in an aroma lamp to remove anger and depressing thoughts from your mind. The end of July to the beginning of September is therefore enriched with more negative astrological vibrations. Nervousness, frustration, problems with a personal long-term relationship, problems in marriage await you. Forecast warns many Pisces about complicated relationships in the family, especially with siblings. The strongly aspect period from August until the beginning of October is, karmically speaking, a period of fiery forces that influence the simple direction of the life. All the things you decide to do in these months of this year will go slower. August and September represent the two most complicated months of this year. You need to create a strong and durable container in advance to overcome this negative constellation of astrological aspects. The yearly Pisces forecast specifies that during this period you have the opportunity to turn to loved ones who can help you overcome difficult times. Even if the relationships will not be the most ideal, you can always look for support from the other Pisces or the Scorpio zodiac sign. You achieve the strongest compatibility with these signs even when you can't go on anymore. The nervousness that will manifest itself with the arrival of the mentioned 2 months of this year will be very complicated to remove. Therefore, the forecast recommends you to exercise more. Also draw energy from the sun, through walks or trips with loved ones. However, the horoscope of positive transits for this period is already talking about this. Positive energies of this year that affect Pisces life. The astrological chart also indicates positive aspects that affect the Pisces energies. In this section, the yearly Pisces forecast will focus on the most important astrological energies that will affect the long-term relationships, career, health in this year. At the beginning of the year, until January 18th, 2 retrograde planets of astrology can influence faster progress. However, the situation will improve from January 18th. Thanks to the transit of Mercury into a direct position, you can better understand yourself. Thanks to this, you become an excellent parent, friend, and partner. All astrological aspects from January 18th to March 25th are extremely positive. You have the opportunity to build better relationships and trust with yourself and those around you. In addition, astrology predicts better financial security for this period. If you were troubled by finances in the previous period, with the arrival of the second part of February, your financial situation can quickly improve. It can be thanks to the partner. or even thanks to the excellent communication skills that the transit of Mercury from the first to the second house gives you. February and March are therefore suitable months for meditation and for solving any problems related to finances. You will do well to develop a past analysis of your income and expenses. From March 25th, energies are more complicated. However, Mercury in retrograde motion in the third house is not only a negative aspect taking place from April 21st to May 15th. Its reclining position gives you the opportunity to go back in time. Feelings related to the past do not have to be only negative. Even if you face relationship problems, don't despair. Although these energies of Mercury retrograde are considered negative, you have the opportunity to return to what was in the past. Don't repeat the mistakes. You have the opportunity to analyze your thoughts. While this may not be pleasant for every Pisces, you can use this retrograde Mercury to your advantage if you forget about nervousness and cut it out of your life. Focus on using astrological aspects. Move forward. Other auspicious months mentioned in the Pisces pregnancy forecast are the months of May and June, as well as the beginning of July. This period is very strong for any Pisces who wants to expand their family. Pisces pregnancy forecast predicts very strong astrological aspects that support fertility. Not only is Venus placed in the 5th house, but Mars in the 6th house is also encouraging your health. It gives you the necessary strength to overcome any difficult problems regarding your health and unpleasant thoughts. Thanks to this, you will have a very pleasant 3 months of this year. They are strong not only for Pisces, who decide to take a big life step towards expanding their family. They are also favorable for Pisces, who wish to enter into a marriage union. The period from May to the end of July is ideal for this decision. However, from July 23rd, retrograde Venus begins its operation in the 6th house. This can affect both energy and strength. From this date until the beginning of October, the energies are rather more negative. Even a more favorable position of the Sun will not surpass them. In addition, Mars in the 8th house promotes nervousness and perhaps wrong decisions. More favorable transits occur as early as October until the arrival of 2024. During this period, the positions of astrological aspects are mainly focused on the personal relationships of each Pisces. Venus enters the 7th house in a direct position. Venus plays a key role in good personal relationships, for a lasting marriage, for the right decisions. Pisces pregnancy forecast again considers this period to be extremely fertile. The next months are the right period for weddings and marriages from October until December 13th. If you are planning a wedding in this year, choose the months of February, March, and the first part of April, June, July, and the months of October, November, and the first decade of December. These days are equally suitable for a long-lasting marriage, signing contracts, important life decisions. During these months, no astrological aspects are created that would interfere with your good judgment. As for the Pisces work commitment, the horoscope does not predict major disruptive effects on career advancement for your zodiac sign. Positive aspects occur only with the final 2 months of this year, with the months of November and December. The mentioned months are oriented towards the career of Pisces. At the same time, also for long-term goals. They also improve your reputation. The last 2 months of the year bring some masculine energy into the life of Pisces, which is welcome in this respect. It helps you to overcome the competition. These months are also favorable for unemployed Pisces who want to seize their life's chance in employment. In addition, October also sets every unemployed Pisces in the mood for flirting with a job opportunity abroad. You don't have to be afraid to make this decision if you approach it in the final 3 months of this year. The last quarter of this year seems to be the most successful for Pisces in terms of career advancement. As for finances, energy will be more complicated for them. Retrograde movements of astrological aspects, especially Venus, warn Pisces about gambling, which could negatively affect finances in the middle of the year. Moreover, what you do not save with the arrival of the year, you will miss in the second part of this year. From a financial point of view, this year is therefore more complicated. At the beginning of the year, finances will not bother you, but at the end of the year, the situation may be the opposite. However, from a positive point of view, you can expect a balanced financial budget. At the beginning of this year, under the influence of favorable energies, you will manage to save more money, which you should put aside. Health and Financial Forecast warns Pisces against spending money on bad habits that threaten not only your health, but also the overall financial budget. Pisces Love and Relationship Forecast. In this section, the annual prediction will focus on transits that are related to long-term relationships. Some astrological aspects of this year may affect marriage and partnerships. In this chapter, we look at long-term relationships and those Pisces who want to know if 2023 will be happy in terms of family relationships. Looking at the astrological chart for this year, it is clear that several months will bring favorable energies. However, some also mean a warning against wrong decisions. It is bad decisions that could permanently affect your long-lasting relationship and threaten what you and your partner have built over the years. The entry quarter of this year is extremely favorable according to astrological aspects. The placement of Venus in the first, second, and later even in the third astrological house means the support of personal growth. Thanks to the fact that you are not affected by any negative vibrations, you can also enjoy good long-term relationships. Relationships with children, marital and partner relationships are beneficial at the beginning of this year. After January's retrograde vibrations subside, on January 18th, Pisces becomes a kinder, calmer and more open person. In the case of long-term relationships, you can now move forward. These months of the year are also very favorable for Pisces, who wish to expand their family with the first or next child. From January 18th to March 25th, the fertility of each Pisces is highlighted. Fertility support from astrological aspects is excellent news for many Pisces. The mentioned months, and basically the entire first quarter of this year, also seem to be suitable for the marriage of Pisces in a long-lasting partnership. Those Pisces want to take their relationship to a new level. However, the annual prediction says to keep every big step clear in your mind. Only make these decisions if you are confident enough about them. The complicated relationship period occurs from March 25th to May 20th. Then Mars placed in the 5th house will take care of the feeling of nervousness in the relationship. Nervous expressions and feelings in a relationship can complicate your long-lasting relationship and marriage. But also, relationships with your children. In addition, Mars in this location also affects intimate behavior in a relationship. This Mars brings out the jealousy of your zodiac sign. From this point of view, you may be very prone to jealousy and to accusing your partner of things that may be nonsense. Only if you carefully re-evaluate all the suspicions you have about your partner can you start acting. Mars placed in the 5th house makes you an overly jealous person who is also suspicious of your partner. Avoid arguments and mistrust in the relationship that this behavior will cause. Complicated relationships appear mainly in the relationship between Pisces and Gemini. But also, in the relationship between Pisces and Leo, Libra and Aquarius. With the aforementioned zodiac signs, you may experience impulsive and volatile relationships that are specific to this placement of Mars, from March 25th to May 20th. Fortunately, the period when this vibration of Mars towards each Pisces ends on May 20th. Days are coming that are more favorable for your love. Venus is still placed in the 5th house in May. This can provoke Pisces to make wrong decisions. Venus in the 5th house causes a huge attraction towards other people. You feel beautiful, admired. Due to the fact that the past period was more demanding for your marriage or long-lasting relationships, you may feel less frustration. You require an interesting aura that is delicious to the eye of many a person interested in your heart. You may attract someone who is interested in subverting your relationship. Venus placed in the 5th house is a harbinger of affairs and wrong decisions in a relationship. Intimate pleasure now becomes your self-expression. You seek short-term pleasure from people who are not your long-term partner. This Venus will manifest itself only in some Pisces, especially for those who experienced more difficult feelings due to the action of Mars in the 5th house. This Mars could cause mistrust in the relationship, feelings that are complicated for harmonious relationships. Venus provokes Pisces to make decisions that are contrary to their own lifestyle. If you overcome the negative vibration of the months of March, April, and May, you can look forward to quite pleasant following months. June and July are months that are once again extremely strong for strengthening personal long-lasting relationships. However, the horoscope has a certain warning in this regard. You have to be more interested in the health of your partner and children. Their health may be damaged in this regard. Pay more attention to raising children. Enjoy every day, from every present moment. June and July are also months that are favorable for a Pisces vacation in this year. Go to such places that are joyful not only for you, but also for your loved ones. If you want to strengthen relationships, you need to listen to others more, connect with them, mainly through communication and intellectual rapprochement. At the same time, transits give you more space to think about yourself, about love, and about the future. After the auspicious 2 months of this year, which are suitable for sealing love by marriage for long-term taken Pisces, or even expanding your family, a more challenging period is coming again. So, as you can see, the astrological aspects of this year are set to see your relationship on a swing during the year. From August 23rd to September 15th, Pisces is affected by retrograde Mercury in the 7th house. You felt that you were ready for a big step in your life with your partner. However, this Mercury can put your thoughts of fast forward on hold. The energies of Mercury retrograde will affect those Pisces who are thinking about moving forward more quickly in a relationship. It doesn't matter what changes you want to make in your relationship. Changes will now be blocked. These feelings can deepen states of mental depression in your life. Frustration can be related to the fact that you don't know if your partner is ready for a big step in life, or for bigger decisions related to housing, the future. Since Mercury blocks your sense of open communication with your partner, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. This negative quality of Mercury retrograde will be reflected in the life of your zodiac sign as it affects the house of partnership. Again, you have trouble seeing your partner with the right eyes. You suspect him. You're accusing him of things he didn't do. From August 23rd to September 15th, you can expect an extremely psychologically challenging period in a long-term relationship. In the previous months, you need to cultivate love, mutual connection. If you don't want retrograde Mercury to disrupt your long-lasting partnership, it is not an exception that relationships fall apart under the influence of retrograde Mercury in this position. So, leave conversations with your partner about important things for another time. After all, you don't want your mutual decisions to be wrong. Under the influence of nervous and tense energy, the months of August and September are favorable for meditation. Think about who you are, where you want your relationship to go. You will want to transform the huge number of negative thoughts that appear with this Mercury into positive ones. This is the only way you can overcome an extremely difficult transit, which is the most disruptive transit of this year for the Pisces love of long-lasting relationship. After the passage of retrograde Mercury after September 15th, you have the opportunity to fix your love. Talk more with your partner about unresolved issues related to the relationship. A favorable astrological setting affects your relationship with harmonious vibrations. In the final quarter of this year, astrological aspects lend more restraint and patience to your relationship. You can move on with your partner thanks to a sober attitude towards a long-lasting relationship. slowly, step by step. Your partner is no longer afraid of your ideas about the future. Since you have the gift of speech, you can transform all conflicts into mutual understanding. At the end of this year, astrological aspects predict the appeasement and purification of past negative karma. Your partner's attitude towards you is also harmonized. The Pisces annual prediction says that the final quarter of this year is a favorable period for any Pisces who wants to progress in a personal, long-lasting relationship. Although relationships in the past have gone through a complicated period, now you are facing a period that will be easier. The accurate yearly Pisces forecast predicts that you will have a peaceful end to the year, especially in partner relationships. At the end of the year, however, you do not have enough space left to solve all the complications in the relationship. And that under the influence of a more demanding period in terms of work duties. The exceptionally favorable position of Venus in the 7th house, in the month of October, allows Pisces to experience the life and feelings of another. Empathy is prominent. Cities are clean. You perceive your partner's feelings and needs. This makes you the perfect partner and friend. The relationship in October reaches a new level. If the relationship has remained strong and has overcome the negative vibrations of past periods, it is clear that this relationship will be even stronger. The chart assesses the overcoming of several major complications this year. The compatibility between Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn and your zodiac sign is very strong. It is also supported by this year. The breakup of the relationship is likely in the Pisces relationship with the Gemini or Leo sign. If these relationships do not fall apart, the annual prediction joyfully predicts that they will be significantly strengthened. Raising children is easier for you in this year, especially with the arrival of the second stage of the year. From October, children become your confidants, friends. You understand them, you understand their needs. This year is oriented towards emotions. On the need to calm down some relationships. The keywords of this year are mainly trust, work with yourself, removing nervousness from the relationship. Some relationships may go through complicated periods. You perceive other, more demanding transits through small arguments and misunderstandings. Anyway, can be more stable if you work with your heart chakra. You will find out more about how the heart chakra can properly harmonize the energy of love in a long-lasting partner relationship in the last part of the prediction for this period. Horoscope for single Pisces. Even Pisces, who are interested in whether is the year of knowing fateful love, will receive their prediction. The Pisces singles chart is a forecast that assesses the astrological transits representing the vibration toward love of the Pisces singles. Loving Pisces will have thoughts throughout 2023 that encourage you to yearn for love and human connection. The first quarter of this year is auspicious for any single Pisces. Even if your thoughts are focused more on yourself, it is clear that you have the opportunity to bring your search for love to a successful end. Venus placed in the 12th house forces you to look back at the past. You know what mistakes you don't want to repeat. In February, you feel that your energy is not focused on love. You don't always have to look for love. Sometimes your energy is directed to other areas of life. In this case, the attention will also focus on financial matters. The new moon that will take place on February 20th opens your mind around this date. Now you can overlook more than one opportunity that is pouring into your life. It's because you focus your attention mainly on yourself. For your personal development. You want to learn more and move your life forward. A positive new moon in the first house can cause some Pisces to desire short-term intimate experiences. Especially for those Pisces who are identified with their single status and are not looking for a long-term relationship. Satisfied single Pisces will be affected by several astrological transits that will play with personal feelings. They influence desires, but also ideas about the future. The first such transit that can negatively affect thinking is direct Mars, located in the 5th house. From March until the second stage of May, you feel more negativity in your life. You are also interested in how your ex-partner lives. You long for emotional security, which now in your life is mainly caused by the connection with the past. Your power is focused on the past. For past experiences that were happy. You forget the unpleasant things that flowed from the past relationship. Many of Pisces has a tendency to open up old relationships, to contact a former partner. Forecast does not judge whether such a step is the right decision at the beginning of the year. In any case, your thoughts delve into the realm of dreams and imagination. Maybe you idealize your ex-partner. You forget about the moments in your life when he hurt you. The position of Mars is also responsible for bizarre sexual experiences. Pisces should be extremely careful about their own decisions during this period. Even in the month of April, you are making wrong decisions. And that under the influence of Venus in the 5th house. For Pisces, there are no specific one-night stands. However, from March to the end of May, some Pisces may also manifest these desires. But be careful, the love forecast predicts that such a one-time relationship can only enrich you with sadness and mental decline. Moreover, this placement of Venus and Mars in the said period may also make you look for short-term romances. Maybe even ones that make you hurt other people. Forecast now strongly warns you to avoid relationships with specified partners. Pisces should therefore avoid relationships that bring more sadness than joy into their lives. Short-term pleasure can be beneficial for Pisces in this year. But only if astrological aspects also have a favorable effect on you. They appear with the arrival of the month of June and will not expire until August 23rd. This period is very favorable for a single Pisces who wants to connect her life with someone who will understand her. In this case, it can also be a friend whom you now see with new eyes. Pisces now gets an opportunity for love. For the right decisions. They can bring feelings and a person into your life who will have a pure interest in your heart. The astrological chart expects such favorable energies from June to August 23rd. At the same time, the period is considered the luckiest for any single Pisces. The most disruptive period for a Pisces comes with the onset of Mercury retrograde from August 23rd to September 15th. Every Pisces should meditate now. Close yourself off from the outside world. To think more about your future, to close the past. You don't want to repeat mistakes, so analysis is essential. Again, you tend to look back. You are dealing with wrong decisions from the past. You are afraid of rapid advancement. You fear change. You are afraid to show your feelings outwardly. All your worries are now being raised by Mercury retrograde in your mind. It causes a feeling of isolation, loneliness, and sadness. Fortunately, this astrological aspect lasts only until September 15th. After this date, a period is again beneficial for faster life progress. The end of the year predicts that you will find more than just advice and a helping hand from one of your friends. The final months are excellent moments for any single Pisces who wants to find both a friend in a partner and a long-term, steadfast relationship. The fortune teller draws attention to the relationships of single Pisces with the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius signs. These relationships can be complicated throughout this time. And they will require more work from the loving Pisces. Family relations and friendship horoscope for Pisces. In this section, the chart deals with an important prediction that affects family relationships. Are you expecting transits supporting or, on the contrary, threatening family relationships or friendships? The astrologer fortune teller prepared the yearly Pisces forecast. In this episode, the prediction looks at the interpersonal connections that Pisces can expect in this year. Venus manifests in the 12th house in January. This position of Venus affects relationships. Pisces now loves solitude and secrecy. He wants to isolate himself from others. Pisces now becomes a socially reticent person. It is this aspect of Venus that can cause you to avoid social events related to family or friends. You crave solitude. You tend to think about the past and about the point in your life you are at now. The energies acting from Venus in the 12th house are very strong. They are subconsciously connected to any Pisces who now wants to return karmically and desires to improve family relationships. But you lack the active power to take steps to improve them. In February, Mercury enters the 12th house. It supports relationships by improving communication in interpersonal relationships. Mercury in the 12th astrological house is associated with the Pisces subconscious. You are dealing with previous experiences. Past complicated relationships can be improved thanks to the active intervention of your zodiac sign. Emotions are suppressed to the background. You can logically look at all problems related to family or friendly relationships. So, February is excellent for straightening out any broken relationships. Especially if you have misunderstood a close person in the past. Or if the quarrels arose because of money, inheritance. March also reminds that relationships must be good if you too want to feel safe. Emotional security is also related to strong family relationships. Of course, friends are an unspeakably precious part of your life. But good family relationships are also essential for the Pisces' happiness in this year. Mercury moves from the first to the next house in March. It stimulates your intellectual outlook. You look at the relationships around you with a new, adaptable perspective. Thanks to the fact that you learn useful information around, you can use this information to strengthen family relationships. They require love and forgiveness. If you are a Pisces who has had a fight with your siblings or parents in the past, now is the time for comebacks. The entry quarter of this year is ideal for renewing old, negatively aspect relationships. The middle of the year will be more difficult for Pisces relationships. And the end of the year is associated with work obligations, which will be many. The beginning of the year is therefore the most ideal for improving relationships. At the same time, the Pisces forecast predicts that you will be able to move your life significantly forward in this activity. Enjoy the possibilities that the horoscope predicts with the arrival of this year. Not only are these months favorable in love, pregnancy, they are also a harbinger of really strong opportunities for personal growth and for the return of relationships to normal. Benefit from the benefits that will accrue in your life from beautiful and strong family relationships. As a reward, the energy of understanding comes to you. Mainly a feeling of emotional security. The feelings that will support more than one Pisces during the more demanding times of the year will come in the coming months. Family relationships may again face problematic energies after the arrival of Mercury in retrograde motion. It will happen on April 21st. This aspect of Mercury will end on May 15th. The astrological chart predicts that the most complicated relationships will be sibling relationships. Even the neighborhood ones can be complicated. Relationships that spread negative energy around them already from previous periods can disturb the Pisces' attention. It is essential to set your mind on this aspect before it arrives. Don't start arguments. Do not complicate difficult relationships by adding fuel to the fire. Mercury retrograde placed in the third astrological house requires each Pisces to be calm and try to promote personal growth. The following months do not predict significant changes in the personal Pisces relationships. The Sun, which enters the fourth house on May 21st and passes away on June 21st, gives Pisces the perfect opportunity to connect with family. You karmically move into moments that identify you with thinking. The family plays an important role in this period. The months of May, June, and July are a time when you feel emotional security flowing from friends and family. These are powerful months. Pisces' interest focuses on loved ones. The family does not suffer from a lack of attention now. You know what a treasure your friends are. The Pisces forecast indicates that it is appropriate to use this period to understand the feelings of family members and friends. It is necessary to connect on a new level with the thinking of those closest to you. The mentioned months belong to caring for others. Although you may not have enough time to take care of yourself, you will still live through these months with joy and peace. Important life tasks await you, which you will overcome thanks to the proximity of people who care about you. From October, there are opportunities to involve loved ones in household chores. Since you will not have enough time left to complete all the tasks, it is obvious that your life is subject to a certain amount of stress. Maybe you don't have much time for hobbies. Therefore, it is necessary to seek help from family members. And of course, also with friends. If there is someone around you on whom you can fully rely, transfer certain tasks to his shoulders. This person is happy to help you because they love you. You are an important member of the family during this period. It is the end of this year that will show who the real friends are. And which people really care about you. This is because there are only those people around you that you can fully rely on. Enjoy family celebrations in this year. They are also visited by family members who can spread negative energy to others. However, you know how to process this energy. And especially if family celebrations await you in the season of the Pisces sign or in other favorable months of this year. Do not leave your friends out of the calendar of duties either. It is a lovely duty that you should support. New friendships do not appear in the chart. The end of the year, specifically the last quarter of this year, erases past disputes and supports relationships. It is an auspicious moment of this year. It improves all true friendships. Pisces forecast work and finance. Work achievements will be interesting in this year. From the period when this year begins, you feel Venus located in the 12th house in full force. You think about the past. About all the past mistakes, but also about the obligations that you have to complete with the arrival of the year. From February 18th, the season of the Aquarius zodiac sign begins, which is specific to thinking about oneself. You rate successes, your past goals, wins, and downfalls. You focus on what you could have done better in the past. These mistakes don't drag you down. On the contrary, they allow you to move forward, thanks to the fact that you know what you really expect from life. The work achievements of each Pisces are ready in this year for their discovery. Career advancement awaits you. Also better working conditions. At the beginning of the year, however, you must also focus on personal growth. Thanks to education and focusing on your own personal growth, at the end of the year you can seize many chances to improve your life, through a better career classification. The first period of the year, specifically the first quarter of this year, is identified with the Pisces season. This period is suitable for improving the family budget. Venus is also placed in the house that is responsible for finances, for correct life habits, and for setting priorities. Now is the perfect opportunity to determine what is essential in your life. Are you worried about finances? You need to be interested in the possibilities of how to attract them into life. Such thoughts bring astrological aspects with the arrival of this year. Moreover, the new moon in the first house whispers to each Pisces to finish all the tasks from the past year. These tasks can no longer stand on your desk. You have to finish them. To your satisfaction. Also, to the satisfaction of your employer. Pisces, whose job is to take care of the household, can enjoy a favorable arrival of the year. You will have time for all the responsibilities that are related to work. Last but not least, there will be plenty of time for yourself. And that is extremely positive news from the horoscope for this period. The Pisces prediction defines that the harmonious first 3 months mean enough space for personal development, for learning, but also for more moderate advancement in career life. Now you can decide how your career will develop in the next months of this year. But beware, Mercury is coming in retrograde motion. The latter from April 21st to May 15th causes several problems at work, especially if you work in a family business or with family members. Problems may arise that will lead to the collapse of the company or your business. Long-term employed Pisces must be careful. Follow the habits and customs that are a necessity at work. The Pisces annual health prediction for this period also draws attention to several injuries that are identified with the astrological chart of this year. Caution is essential when performing any activity, even the one at work. Mostly, however, during the period of movement of retrograde planets. The period considered favorable from the chart's point of view is the months of May to August. The mentioned months are very friendly for family relationships and career opportunities. However, in this regard, they could endanger not only your life, but also your career future. Pisces should avoid work relationships during this year, especially with partners who are engaged. Avoid these affairs even if you are a dedicated Pisces. Mars in the 6th house operating from May 20th to July 10th means the excellent habits of each Pisces. Your analytical skills and organizational work habits are in the eyes of your employer. If you do not make bad decisions while Venus is in the 6th house, it is certain that at the end of the year you will have a better job and less obligations. If you use Venus in the 6th house for gossiping about others or for intrigues, expect many complications related to employment to appear at the end of the year. Avoid gossip. At work, pay particular attention to the signs Aries and Sagittarius. These two zodiac signs will try to block your work success. They can cause you many problems. Therefore, make good decisions if there are people born under these signs among your coworkers. Conversations about personal matters and problems should be taboo in this regard. The final 3 months of the year seem to be the strongest period for a Pisces career. According to the astrological chart, the last Thursday is a time that will give more than one Pisces a lot of success at work. Success awaits those Pisces who solved all the responsibilities and who thought before they said something. On the contrary, a deteriorated reputation and a more challenging future are in store for Pisces, who made many bad decisions during this year. Therefore, make your decisions wisely. If you have to express yourself about something important at work, give yourself enough time to decide what to say. November and December seem to be the most demanding for work duties. You will have so many obligations that you may forget about other, important areas of life. The yearly Pisces forecast advises you to find a balance between your work duties and your personal life. As for unemployed Pisces, the greatest opportunities come from September. Then astrological aspects and energetic Mars encourage your sign. Thanks to this, you are not afraid of job opportunities abroad. In fact, from May until July, you have the opportunity to start a business or start a business with family members. The unemployed will have many chances. But you have to retrain. As the year approaches, educate yourself. Focus on developing skills. The position of Mars after most of this year means strong competitiveness in those Pisces who want to work. So, there will be no shortage of opportunities. However, a lot will also depend on personal settings. If health complications prevent you from finding a job, it is essential to start solving these complications, the Pisces forecast for this year underlines. If you are a single parent taking care of a child and it is complicated for you to combine your personal and work life, do not despair. The astrological chart says that you are the one who cares most about building family relationships. Your family will help you a lot. Beneficial personal relationships support the general well-being of Pisces, and especially in the final 4 months of this year, and also from May to July. So, the horoscope also predicts luck for you in the work area. At the same time, however, you must also build strong personal relationships. Pisces Health Forecast. When looking at the annual astrological horoscope, it is necessary to mention safety at the beginning. Pisces must drive carefully. It doesn't matter whether you ride a motorcycle, a car, or a bicycle. Caution in Pisces requires prediction in any respect, because the yearly Pisces forecast predicts accidents, mainly because of the carelessness of your sign. There is a possibility of an accident, and that in every month of the year. Pisces' bad habits can also lead to this complication. The Pisces health forecast for this period strongly warns against driving under the influence of alcohol. Any addictive substances must be eliminated from your life. Follow proper nutrition. It is likely that you lack some vitamins that will require replenishment in this year. So, to keep health problems at bay, it is necessary to be active. Do not even get into a vehicle with a person under the influence of alcohol. Mars in the 5th house already in March indicates great discomfort in terms of health. And that's mainly because of accidents for which you yourself are responsible. And that's thanks to wrong decisions and procedures. In terms of your mental health, you are also facing a more challenging period. This is due not only to more difficult family relationships from July to September, but also a more demanding work period at the end of this year. This year is therefore the best time to return attention to healthy lifestyle habits and exercise. Quit unhealthy habits such as cigarettes, smoking, or alcohol. Not only friends, but also family members, with whom relations have been improved since the beginning of this year, will help you at the end. If you change just one small thing in your life for the better, these changes will have an excellent effect on your health in the long run. The Pisces health forecast predicts a slight change in chronically ill Pisces. Your health will change for the better if you strive for it, as we mentioned, through a healthier lifestyle. The stars say that a positive attitude and restoration of the right habits will significantly affect future health. This year is ready for you to undergo dietary changes. For people born under the sign of Pisces who suffer from pressure or heart problems, the annual Pisces forecast reminds you to always have your phone close at hand. You should always have someone available who cares and cares about you. Otherwise, it is essential to carry your phone with you, so that you can call for help if your health deteriorates. This applies mainly to older people born under the Pisces sign. Try to stay calm in this case. Do not consume a lot of salt. Adhere to a sufficient drinking regime. Salt endangers your health if you consume it in excessive amounts. Try to replace unhealthy fats with healthy food. Spread avocado on your bread instead of butter. It may seem like an impossible goal now, but it will improve your health in such a way that you won't have to wonder. If you feel long-term health discomfort, do not underestimate these feelings. Your intuition is very strong throughout this time. And maybe right now he wants to give you a hint that it's time to see a specialist. The most ideal period for preventive inspections is the months of May to July 2023. You have the opportunity to undergo a checkup, take care of yourself, get yourself examined, checked. Consult a doctor immediately for any persistent pain, such as a headache or pain in the lower abdomen. Do not underestimate health problems. See them as the priority of this year. Only if you have a healthy body and vitality can you cover the other things that will happen with this year. If you get sick and underestimate health problems, expect your poor health to hold you back from any progress in life. The state of mind is also essential during the year. In this regard, the Pisces annual prediction advises you to surround your life with the color green. From a health point of view, it is your color of this year. It can relieve headaches, and it can bring the deteriorated mood back into balance. Always be one step ahead of the health pitfalls of the year. Place scented oils with the scent of orange and jasmine in the aroma lamp. 2 fragrances of this year that support your mental health. They can also support the overcoming of some physical problems. The chart focuses attention on healing the heart chakra. It is a chakra whose activity you can support by placing orange oil in your workplace or home. Inhaling this essence supports the activity of the heart chakra. According to the astrological chart, the 4th chakra will be damaged throughout the year. Because the heart chakra is blocked, you cannot identify with kindness and accept all the love that the universe has to offer into your life. You may still feel uneasy, rejection by others, loneliness, feeling of isolation. An imbalanced heart chakra is also responsible for the mentioned feelings. At the same time, it also affects the energy and general feeling of Pisces' well-being. That's why you have to take care of her in this year. But as you can unblock the heart chakra through aromatherapy. Therefore, the horoscope advises to have jasmine or orange scented oil on hand. Opening the heart chakra will lend Pisces new feelings. Thanks to them, you can restore lost relationships with people with whom you had a quarrel. For example, with family or friends. A harmonious heart chakra will bring you beautiful emotions, which will strengthen not only your mental condition, but also your physical health. Placing the color green in the workplace or in the home also helps. The main guide to keeping the heart chakra in harmony throughout the year is to open your heart to others. Embrace the difference. Don't worry about things that don't directly affect you. It is advisable to include green foods in the menu. For example, spinach, kale. Enrich your drinking regime with the consumption of green tea. But be careful, 1 cup a day is enough. Open your thinking to a new level. Don't judge the life of others. Try to look at everyone around you through the glasses of love, understanding, and tolerance, advises the health forecast. In the 2nd decade of this year, when a more demanding period is coming in terms of work duties, it is necessary to supplement the body with the necessary vitamins. The stars have also prepared for you several days when you suffer from headaches. Some Pisces will also develop a fever, mainly due to the fact that you underestimate the clothes during the colder period. Forecast says that your body requires your attention. Give your body everything it needs. Take advantage of opportunities to rest. Relax physically and mentally. Energy increases with rest. Dear friends, this was an overview of the year 2023. Listen to predictions for others, and find out more facts about the year and its effects on your friends, family members, and you. Horoscope and Divination wish you all the best in this stunning year. According to Chinese astrology, 2023 is the year of Water Rabbit, when good things are coming. Listen to Chinese Horoscopes 2023 as well and be ready for this year. Subscribe to our channel for more information from the zodiac world. Remember to support us by subscription. In the description below, you will find links for all essential horoscopes. Know yourself better with the Horoscope Divination site, with free horoscopes and tarot readings. Wish you all the best in 2023.